This video is dedicated to the memory of David Crosby, 1941 to 2023. Good morning, everybody. We're going to continue the week of reviews with our look at Crosby and Nash's first album, Graham Nash and David Crosby, which was released on April 5th of 1972, and most of it was recorded at Wally Heider's in Los Angeles, California. Let me give you a little background. On the formation of the Crosby and Nash duo. In 1971, after the breakup of Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young, they went their separate ways, and David and Graham decided to stick together and form a duo, which resulted in Crosby and Nash. And they decided to go out acoustically, which also resulted in the live album Another Stony Evening, which we reviewed some time ago here on the channel. And that album contains some of the songs that would eventually appear on Graham Nash and David Crosby. And so, long about 1972, they decided to record Graham Nash and David Crosby. And I have several favorites on this record, not to mention the whole record, but I have several favorites, including David's page 43, Southbound Train, written by Graham, Frozen Smiles, also written by Graham, Traction in the Rain, or not Traction, but the whole record is fantastic, and some of the musicians that performed on the record include members of the Grateful Dead, Bill Kurtzman, and Jerry Garcia, and members of a band that they would dub the Mighty Jitters, including bassist Lee Sklar, and drummer Russ Kunkel, and I think members of the Jefferson Airplane appeared on the record as well. But for a long time, this record was out of print on CD, and then years ago, I was lucky enough to obtain it, and I was so excited because I had always wanted to hear the record in its entirety. I had heard bits and pieces of it on the CSN box set, but I had never heard the entirety of the record. And another favorite of mine is a song that I first became aware of on Another Stony Evening, a song called Stranger's Room, and by Graham, and the studio version is quite a bit different than the live version. The live version, of course, is a stark solo piano performance, and but the studio version is flushed out with French horns and organs and all that stuff. But and another and a funny story regarding Southbound Train. Um, in the song, Graham sings, "Going in the back to study the list," is one of the lyrics. And um, just to be funny, one time I was singing it for a friend who happened to be a musician, and I sang "Going in the back to study Franz Liszt," who was a classical composer from Germany, I believe. And so ever since then, I've kind of sung that line, just as a joke and a nod to Franz Liszt. And the record was recorded and released in quick succession. It was recorded in 1972, and like I said, released on April 5th of 1972. And this would go on to, of course, this would go on to spawn a lot more Crosby and Nash records. "Wind on the Water," "Whistling Down the Wire," the live record, and which we haven't covered yet, but we will. And the Crosby and Nash 2004 record, which we have yet to cover also. So I hope you enjoy this.